welcome back to the fourth and final part of this series anyway, where once again throughout December I did quite a bit of flying, 80 plus hours actually, all over the place. Still haven't made it up to Nunavut or down to the US yet, just the way things work out, but lots of interesting flying.
So PC-12's got all the seats out of it because we had to go do a cargo flight last night. So when we go to pick up the passengers, we have to pick up the seats from where we left it because it was an unscheduled cargo flight last night, which is the best kind. But this is kind of as empty as you're going to see this plane ever.
Things about flying back east is getting to see places where I grew up or used to do training over. Like this is Chipman, New Brunswick, and Fredericton, New Brunswick, and these were taken one day on the way to Halifax. Also get neat things like my first time into Toronto Pearson, where we won't even talk about how bad landing fees are for parking at a place like this. And then some good shots on the way home of the night flying, which this is Ottawa from the air, and then in front of us you could already see the glow from Montreal. And of course, everyone loves some cloud surfing. And even though I started flying as a captain in October, it would take almost to the end of December to actually get these wings and epaulets ordered in. My wife asked me not long ago, can you actually see other planes while you're flying? And well, there's your answer. He was a few thousand feet above us, heading the opposite direction. We'd spend 2 days doing cargo flights out of Sept-Îles, further up the coast to Chevrier, and this was me catching the other PC-12. There were 2 of us coming in that day.
One more flight.
And honestly, at this job, there's a lot of beautiful scenery that you get to see that a lot of people don't. Even if you lived in the area, really there's no way to get out to this kind of place except to see it by air. And of course, being based out of Quebec City, Montreal would be a common sight for me. I've flown into there many times at this point. Toronto a few times, one recently this January into Toronto Island finally, but yeah, lots of times into Montreal so far. Sometimes into St. Hubert where we have a base, but most of the time into Trudeau itself. Never into Mirabel yet. yes, that is correct. 88 knots of tailwind, and we're doing almost 350 knots across the ground. Lined up waiting to depart out of Montreal and waiting for traffic to come in. So I thought I'd get a good video of it because of how close we are to the end of the runway. And then, as you'll see in a second here, it's actually a little Honda Jet coming in, and it was white and silver. And my buddy Duncan actually flies a white and silver Honda Jet, so I was wondering if it was him, but no, it just happens to be another white silver Honda Jet. And yes, 118 knots of wind, slowing me down to well under 200. Gray day out. Just kind of foggy right over the runways. Heading out in YMN. And this would be the flight where I finally do make it to 1500 and earn my ATPL. Well, I still gotta apply for it, but we flew out to St. John's, Newfoundland with FO that I really like flying with, and took people from Newfoundland all the way back to Quebec City, though we had to make a fuel stop in Moncton just because of the winds. It took us 2.5 hours to get out to Newfoundland from Quebec City, but it was going to take almost 5 hours to get straight back, and so obviously there was going to need to be a fuel stop along the way, and Moncton was as good a place as any. So, crossing back over the water towards Moncton for fuel on the way home with the moon out already. I hope you guys have enjoyed these last 4 videos, and I'll try to get some more stuff now in the new year. See you guys later. Bye.